Morning, folks. It's another day to be great. Another day to do beautiful and wonderful things. This morning, I'll be doing a 27 minutes drive. It's 15 kilometers. And this morning, I'll be talking about something. I love how it saw that person, even when I haven't seen the person. My A pillar, and then that pole was blocking them, but the car saw them. So if they had crossed the road and I was the one driving, there would have been some sort of a conflict. I might have been able to stop soon because the car was not moving fast. Anyway, this morning's video is not about that. I'm going to be talking about 10 things plus one. 10 things that I want on the Tesla holiday wish list. The holiday update, my 10 wish list for the Tesla holiday update. I'm interested in knowing what your wish list is, and then if first of all, if the wish list, the things I have on my wish list, if they do make sense. Some of those things on my wish list, I think they are basic things. They are things that should be there, without us having to ask for it as part of an holiday update. But if it's going to come as part of a holiday update, I don't care as long as it comes. So, without further ado, the first one is this one that you're looking at right here. Wipers that work, like wipers that actually work when I put it in auto mode. So right now, because you're coming like with so much speed, the car was like, what's this person doing? A nice spot. Anyway, wipers that actually work. So you see right now it's raining, but then you see how it's in auto, it's moving like it's at the highest speed. But this rain is not so much to the point where it needs to be at a higher speed. Even if it's just in second or the third one, this is good enough. Like, it's not torrential downpour. But then look at when I put it in auto, just watch. Do you see? It's as if it's a torrential downpour. It's not. So, like, we need auto wipers that actually do what they should do, that work. That's the first thing on my list. The second one, user contributed map data. So I saw this as well on the Not a Tesla app as one of the things, something on their wish list, which I agree to. I'm a GIS guy. I started my career. Yeah, for the early part of my career, I was a GIS analyst. I used to build maps. I used to do like route optimization and all of those things, milk runs for companies. So I know anything when it comes to maps. Like I have a fairly bit, without sort of toothing my own horn, I have a fairly bit of good knowledge about this data, or about how this work or how it should work, right? You guys who have been on these drives with me would would be aware that I'm always constantly adjusting and rerouting to make sure that I'm using the most optimized route. So I do think there should be an opportunity for individuals to be able to contribute map data. So here's the thing, and this is kind of connect with another wish list I have that I will say down the line. Here's the thing. You see, Tesla now has tons of vehicles on the road. That's one crossing. That's one right there. This is one Tesla. Let me see again. That's one right there in the side view mirror right behind us. I know. Before I look, that's another one going right across it. That's a Model S. Like, there's lots of them available now. So basically, these cars should be able to sort of communicate and. Okay, no, that's like a different point. But these cars that are available on the road, they should be able to contribute map data. Just similar to like what people do with sometimes Google Map, people do with Waze, where there's a police ahead. You can this screen is big enough. There's an opportunity to put something on the screen, maybe just a corner here, where there are like the main features that people kind of experience on the road: pothole, accident. There's cops ahead, where you can just click it, and then as more Tesla vehicles drive around there, these cars are they are connected. As they drive live, drive through that pace, there's an opportunity maybe after every 10 seconds. Is the police still there? They can just click yes. Waze has done this successfully, so I want to believe it shouldn't take much for Tesla to be able to implement it. If it means, scooping up one of the designers for Waze to get this done, I think this is necessary. Also, when users are able to contribute map data, there are certain places where the map info is wrong. When I used to be in Calgary, I would say this all the time. Tesla would always want to take me through the long route. I should be able to contribute data and say, this is the shorter route. This is like it's a new road. It's been built. It's solid. It's nice. It's even better than where Tesla takes me to go through, where I'll have to jump through hoops of two traffic lights. So, sorry, I'm getting passionate about this. This is something that I think is doable. It's not rocket science. Tesla has done like stuff that appear like rocket science. Like I'm driving right now. I can literally bring out my phone and be texting, and this thing will take me home. Like I haven't touched it at all. So if you've solved that, come on, is it mapping that you cannot solve? So if it can come as part of the holiday update, I would be stoked about it. Like this would be a great one. That's number 2. Number 3, which is connected to number 2, cross-fleet communication. Like I was showing you guys the other time, how many tests, that's one going over there, that one here in line to get ahead, that's another one, that's another one, that's another one, that's another one. Like there's so much Tesla on the road now that it can be such that they're able to communicate with one another. There's traffic jam here. Without anybody even pressing anything, it knows that this guy has been in this, is moving slow. This will work so efficiently during rush hour. We say if you get to a point where every car on the road is using from some form of full self-driving, or let's say every car on the road is a Tesla, what will make it really efficient is if they can optimize, everything automatically, such that if they're able to communicate with one another, you can sort of inform one another automatically that there is an issue here. This is the most optimal route to go through. That's another Tesla update. So I think the fleet is there. The opportunity is there. It is just the will to do it. The 4th point, supercharger, a virtual queue for superchargers. So, have you been going on a road trip and then you need to get charging at the supercharger, and the Tesla tells you, it's like a 5-minute wait time, yada yada yada. In some cases you are able to move to the next stop, but sometimes that's the only one you have to use. Now there is a problem when so many cars are waiting to use the same supercharger. Humans being who they are, humans will always be humans. Humans like to take advantage of the next person. Humans like to get one over the next person, even if they are not the first to get there. I've seen times, it hasn't happened to me personally, but I've seen it, like I've been there present and seen it happen to someone, whereby the person who got there before to get to use supercharger was blocked off by someone who just came because they were faster, maybe a smarter driver they think they are. If there is something like a virtual queue, no matter what you do, even if you are fast, no matter what, you may because you are not the next on the queue. I think that will be sweet. It's more or less like gotcha in the faces of these persons who think they are smart, and it's going to make things run more efficiently. I don't think this is rocket science. Like I said, Tesla has done like crazier things already. I don't think this should be too much for them to do. Number 5 on my list, manual battery preconditioning. Being able to precondition your battery manually. Right now, if I want to precondition the car, all I have to do is I need to put in a supercharger location. I don't need a supercharger. I have enough here. I need to put in supercharger. If I put in supercharger, let me move it up. Done. That's when it will start conditioning for me. No, 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 no. Sorry, it's gonna reroute me and then make my trip longer unnecessarily. Sorry. Anyway, back to what I was doing. So if I need to use a supercharger, I need to precondition it from the app here. This is only allowed for Tesla superchargers, as well as some approved non-Tesla chargers. But then, like we all know, or like most of you should know by now, when your car is not preconditioned, you are unable to extract the maximum power from the supercharger. That's the Tesla right in front of us. You're unable to extract the maximum power from the supercharger, and so it takes longer time, and then you get to spend more. So maybe this is the fact that we get to spend more is the one Tesla is banking on. But come on, what does it do to you if your cars are efficient and it also makes the queue, the lineup runs faster? So if they can put such I can manually precondition and say I want to manually while driving manually precondition this thing, then this would be, I believe, I personally think it is a very, very good added feature that people would really enjoy. That would make our lives easier. Another thing that has to do with map. I should have said this after the previous one. This should be on. This is my number 6 point. Always display alternative routes. So if I punch this in now that I'm going home, right now it is displaying alternative route for me. It shows this is going to take me 18 minutes. How many minutes is this going to take? They are both going to take 18 minutes, right? But then just watch. After a few seconds, it's going to disappear. The alternate route is going to disappear. And then when the alternate route disappears, yes, you see it's gone now. It only showing me, this is the route that I've locked in, that I preferred now. But then the problem is during rush hour, this changes. It's very dynamic. It's very fluid. So this route that is faster, while I'm going right now, if an accident happens somewhere here, if the alternate route is always on already, I would see that my time has gone higher. Maybe that's changed to like 30 minutes, and then the alternate route is still at 17 minutes. Then I can switch to the alternate route and take that one. But because it's not always on, I have to constantly, to see the alternate route, I have to constantly do edit, done, for it to show me an alternate route. That doesn't, it could be improved. So this is something that I think Tesla could do. The 7th one, tow mode. This one is one that I do not like because sometimes I bike to work, and so where I live, it's like at the bottom of the hill, and so sometimes, and because of also time as well in the morning, it makes more sense for me to mount the bike. For whatever reason, even whether that's the reason in the morning during commute, or maybe even if you're just going hiking, mount the bike on the tow hitch. Now the problem is once I mount the bike on the tow hitch, FSD disconnects. I cannot use FSD. Why? So I think it should be possible that you should be able to use FSD with it. What's the liability? What's wrong? Why can't I use FSD with a tow hitch? I only just have a bike on there. Even if I'm towing a vehicle, yeah. At least especially now that it's in supervised mode. Like why? What's the downside to it? So this is another thing that I think so many persons would love. Especially, if you're an outdoor person. It sucks not being able to use FSD when I go out on trips or something. The next one, so this one is FSD based autopilot. Have you used the autopilot feature? So in this car, it doesn't exist, and that's because FSD came with a car originally, so it's a lifetime. So I can't even get to test autopilot or anything. But if you've tried autopilot and you've used FSD before, that thing is garbage. Like it's a hot garbage. I'm not even joking, you know. So I took my car to the service center a while back, and I not Tesla service center. It's a separate one, an independent one. And I got a rental, a loaner. The loaner I got was a Model 3 without FSD. That was painful to drive. Like, I don't even know what to describe it as. It's not working. It's horrible. And so, like, and if that's the experience people have of autopilot, tell me, they would never want to subscribe to FSD. And you see people who defend Tesla, they go on and say, yeah, you are using autopilot, not FSD. Why can't Tesla make autopilot based on this FSD stack? It's better. It's fine, you still strip away some features, but base it off FSD, base it off the same, what's it called, that the FSD is based on. I took over there because I didn't want it to line up behind these vehicles. I just want to be behind that Tesla. It's not necessary, so I won't consider this a disengagement. Just to add, I won't consider, because it's still doing the right thing by being there. Anyway, that's another one. Another one is an ASS that actually works. Actual smart summon that actually works. I've seen those other videos. One time I used, I think I've used it about twice now. I've tested actual smart summon twice now, but I don't think I'm going to try it again. I don't see the upside to it, because have you seen all those videos of people's cars crashing? Using actual smart summon and then, brushing off the bumpers of cars around it. Nah, I'm not ready for that yet. It's an unnecessary liability, right? Then another one is auto shift. Some cars already have access to auto shift, but I think everybody should have it, because even when you're not using FSD. So for those of you who do not know, the way auto shift works is such that now it knows I'm going forward. If there's an obstacle ahead of me, it knows automatically that even without using FSD, and I put it in, and I click the accelerator to drive, it's not going to drive into that thing ahead of it. It's going to drive outward. If you're in a garage, you've backed into the wall. When you're ready to go, when you start the car, it knows you're driving forward. It's a small little perk. I've seen the videos of people using it, and it's just sweet. It's a very sweet feature that I think could be added. One bonus one, I said I was going to say 10. One bonus one is this one. So you see our autopilot, self-driving mode. It says 92% self-driving since version 14.2. Now, it was, as at yesterday, it was 99%. Because my wife hasn't driven the car. I've been the only one driving it. She doesn't use FSD. She only uses the auto park feature. She doesn't use FSD. Now, it would be nice to be able to separate this profile. She has her own profile. This is my profile. She has her own profile. It's synced yesterday. She used that profile yesterday. Yet, the self-driving start was for the car. It would be nice if it is made for each profile, especially for couples who share cars. That way, I can keep my 99% of, there's something just nice about, I barely use this, I barely drive without FSD. It's just, call it classist or something. It's just nice, I don't need to do this as well. I nudged it, but yeah, that's how I like to drive it. So, it would be nice if it is separated. It should be one of those things that come with your profile. And I think Tesla can do it, because things like your seats are already kind of how you adjust your mirrors. They come with your profile, which is all about your driving style. How your comfortability driving and all of that. I think they could do the same thing for this one. So, as part of the holiday update. So those are the 10 things plus one that are on my Tesla holiday wish list. It's a rainy day in Metro Vancouver. It's going to be raining continuously like this for the next few days. So I don't know how much test I'm going to be able to get out and do. But I'm also thinking of doing some other things on this channel. So for instance, I used to live in like a very cold place. You know, what are some tips that I learned that I think will be of help to people? I think that's something I could share. I would usually change my Tesla tires by myself. I know people have made videos about it already, but maybe not anything recently. Maybe little tips and tricks going on road trips with a Tesla, pre-planning and all of that. If those are things that you think would make sense for me to share on here, please let me know. I would be glad to oblige you. Let me know your thoughts, and just enjoy the rest of the drive. Honestly, I've done this too many times. I don't think I'm expecting anything unusual to happen. So I'm just gonna watch the car and let it drive and do its thing. The sky is so good now. You can pick up your phone and take a look at it, which is what I'm doing right now. But it tells me to pay attention. Once I look up, yeah, I'm paying attention, man. Exactly. Once I look up, I don't need to touch it. So I'm planning to change the tires of this car to winter tire today. So So you're 1 minute from home. Like I said, like I expected, that nothing eventful would happen. Yeah, spotted that person. I just, it might be a little bit uncomfortable at first, but when once you know that it's trying to be safe, so yeah, like I said, that nothing eventful would happen. So let's see if it does the right thing today. If it does, then I guess I think it will. It's not even, yeah. It's doing the right thing. It's doing the right thing. No, do the right thing to the end. Come on. Do the right thing to the end. Missed that. Anyway. He did the right thing a little bit, So this is where, like that, none of it, my holiday wish list would actually work out. I would just put a stop sign here, put another one. Like I should be able to select it and make it route itself to go around. Like this should be common sense that you don't. This is a one way, but for some reason, the map keeps doing this. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for riding along with me. No, I'm going straight ahead. Yeah, I think I should actually. This sound is unnerving. Now that I'm in the basement, the thing I was saying about the auto for the wiper, I'm now down here, but it still kept going. Like, come on. Anyway, talking about not yet. Talking about one of the things that I would want, to be able to choose my parking spot and say, this is where I am. Come back here, And I think all those things I've mentioned combined will be able to achieve this. I will be able to do it. Anyway, this is nice. Let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed this. It says camera obstructed. Camera autopark unavailable. Camera obstructed. Why? Anyway, let me check it again. Maybe just from the water, Anyway, that's all. Let me know what you think. If you love this video, please do give me a like. Like I said, I'm trying to get back up again. I just, I would appreciate your thumbs up, like the video, subscribe, and then share it around with your loved ones. And I will see you on the next one. Cheers. Without doing anything, the camera is suddenly unobstructed again. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.